Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today I'm working on a headband knitting pattern, and it is called Praise, and I don't remember the name of the stitch right now. I'll put it in the notes below, but I am using Spud and Chloe's outer super bulky yarn. It is says that you need to use an 11 to 15 needle size. However, I'm using a 10.5, and I would call this, I'd lean more towards this as a bulky instead of a super bulky. But that's me, and that's how I knit it, and this is the stitches. So it came out, I'm very happy with the way the stitches look with a 10.5. I think this is very pretty. I was very excited to knit this up. It's a little different. I learned a couple new stitches and they're really easy. Kind of long-winded description, but super easy to follow. You will need a cable needle to do this. So again, 10.5 size needle, and I would say a bulky yarn, even though it calls it super bulky. I would lean towards a bulky. So I am going to show you rows 4 through 10 because rows 1 through 5 and 11 through 14 are all the same. So I'm going to show you 4 through 10. So just 6 rows, and the rest are the same. They're repeats, so it's really easy. So row 4 with the yarn in the back. I have to have a marker over here so I can see what row I'm on. So with the yarn in the back, we're going to slip 1 purlwise. So I'm going to have an I-cord. Show you the I-cord. So, and this is the back of it. It's pretty neat. So I have an I-cord on either side. So there's 3 stitches on either side of the cable. So you'll want to keep that in mind. I tried to block it out in the pattern so it's easy. For me, it's easy to see. So I know the first 3 stitches and the last 3 stitches are always the same. With the yarn in the back, slip 1 purlwise, and then we're going to knit that second stitch and purl the 3rd stitch. So there's a gutter, I call it a gutter, in between the cable stitches and the I-cord. All right, and so starting on the cable, we're going to knit 4 stitches, purl 2, and then knit 4 stitches. So we're not going to do a cable on this row, we're not going to twist it. And then we're going to purl 1, which is the gutter stitch. With the yarn in the back, we're going to slip 1 purlwise, bring that yarn forward, and purl 1 for the I-cord, which looks wrong. Okay, I always feel like I'm doing it wrong, but when we flip it over, I'll show you, we tuck it under and it goes away. So on row 5, with the yarn in the back again, we're going to slip this first stitch purlwise. We're going to bring this yarn forward, and then we're going to purl that stitch that we slipped earlier. And then we're going to bring the yarn into the back and knit that stitch. So this is our I-cord. So you can see when we purled that stitch, it made a knit stitch on this side. So that's how the I-cord comes together. All right, now we're going to purl 1, knit 2, 3 times. So we're going to purl 1, and knit 2, and purl 1. So what we're doing is we're creating a knit rib on either side of this garter stitch. So that's pretty neat. I hadn't seen it before. So we're going to, we did a purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, knit 2, and we're going to purl 1, and then our last 3 stitches, I'm going to knit 1 stitch, bring the yarn forward, slip 1 purlwise, and then purl this last stitch. Now we are ready for row 6. Now, before I start this, I'm going to show you, we're going to be, instead of doing one big cable with all of these stitches, what is it, 10 stitches, we're going to cable 2 and then cable 2 on the next row and cable 2 on the next row. So we're just going to slowly give a right lean to this cable and move it over. So I had not done a cable like this, so it was pretty easy though. So with a yarn in the back, we're going to slip 1 purlwise. We're going to knit into this first stitch, purl the gutter stitch. And now we're ready for the cable. So we're going to knit 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 4/2 RC. So we're going to 4 over 2 cross right. So what that means is we're going to slip 2 stitches with this in the front because we're going to hold the 2 stitches into the back. So we're going to slip 2 stitches off onto our cable needle, hold them into the back of our work, and then we're going to knit these 4 stitches, which is the other half of our cable. And then I'm going to pull that so I don't lose my stitches. And then we're going to knit the 2 stitches off of the cable needle. And then we'll do our I-cord, which is purl 1. With the yarn in the back, we're going to slip 1 purlwise, bring yarn forward, and purl that last stitch. All right, so now we're ready for row 7, which is just knits and purls after we do the I-cord. So we're going to slip 1 purlwise, bring that yarn forward and purl that stitch, knit the next stitch, and then we're going to purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and then we're going to knit 2, purl 2, and then knit 2, purl 1, and then we're going to do our I-cord, or the gutter stitch first, bring the yarn forward, slip 1 purlwise, and then purl the last stitch. So now we're ready for row 8. Get some more slack here, and so I'm not fighting with the ball of yarn. All right, so row 8, we will cable again. So our I-cord, slip 1 purlwise, knit 1, purl the gutter. Now we're going to knit 2 stitches, and then we're going to cross over. It's the 4/2 right cross. So we're going to slip 2 stitches, hold them into the back of the work, knit 4 stitches, keep that cable out of the way, and pull that through so I don't lose those. And then knit the 2 stitches off of this back needle. And then we're going to knit the last 2 stitches, and then we'll start our I-cord. So gutter with the yarn in the back, slip 1 purlwise, bring yarn forward, and purl. Does become pretty repetitious, which I like. Now we're ready for row 9. So we're going to slip 1 purlwise, purl 1, knit 1, And then we're going to do knits and purls only. So we're going to purl 1, knit 2, purl 2, and then knit 2 again, and then purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and then knit that gutter stitch, bring the yarn forward, slip 1 purlwise, and then purl that last stitch. And now we're ready for row 10. So we can see how it's starting to slowly creep over to the right. And now we're going to do another cable. This will be our last cable row, and this one's a little different. It is a right purl cross, so we're going to be purling some stitches. So we're going to slip 1 purlwise, knit 1, purl the gutter stitch, and then we're going to cross over. So we're going to hold the yarn in the front still and slip those 2, hold them in the back. We're going to still knit 4 stitches, 2, 3, and 4. And the difference is that we're going to purl these 2 stitches off of this needle rather than knit them like we did in the 2 rows before. So we're going to purl both of these stitches. And then we're going to knit 4 stitches. And do the I-cord. So 1 purl for the gutter with the yarn in the back, slip 1 purlwise, bring yarn forward, and purl. So that is what it looks like, and it loosens up after you do the next few rows. That'll loosen up for you. So I love that. I think that is super pretty. You don't really see this center, but it really adds a depth to it, like a 3D depth to it. So I'm really enjoying putting this together. So I hope you guys found that to be helpful, and I will see you guys again next time. Thank you so much for watching.